and it's Saturday, May 24th. Avs got a sports news with Sam. Avs got to win, or it's no Lord Stanley, and they'd be behind 3 games in a 7-game series, and it'd be done. All he's got here is Knicks, man, period. That's it. I didn't even watch the end of the game. I do wish that in like sports, in sports shows like in ESPN, I wish they gave us like a DVR or like timestamp chart to show us what did the commentator actually watch. I know they didn't watch all of every single game, and I'm okay with that, but I would like to know, like, hey, here's the games that they watched, here's the amount of time, here's what parts of the games. Because if they just saw a couple highlights and they're reporting on a couple highlights, fine. I'd just like to know. So Knicks man's Wimby hurts SGA's ability to be dominant, but can't stop the rest of the Thunder. So originally, I think Sports News Sam had the Knicks and the Thunder moving on, and it looks like he was right. Let's see. Our sponsor today is Horses, the animals. Our merch location is Atari.com. You can get an Atari hat there. And let's see. So around our house, we use a little phrase to keep perspective on life, and that's how hard is hard. Whoever you are, what you're going through that is hard is hard. And I worked for a guy who was a billionaire for a little while, and he was a pretty normal guy, hyper-competitive, super hyper-competitive about business. And smart guy. He inherited a large amount of money, but also I think at least tripled it. And I think, going back to that hard is hard, his kid committed, well, actually, let's see. I wrote down the sanitized words, hurt himself to the point of being unalive, or the S word. And the question, kind of the mental thought experiment that I have kind of often is, what amount of dollars would you trade for your kid? Would you say I'd rather be a billionaire and have no kids, or my kid would be, I'd trade my kid for being a billionaire? Or the moments in your life, there's a lot of things that you've done that honestly you wouldn't have the not wherewithal, but the desire to do if you were hyper competitive in business. And I think that makes a big difference in maybe the way that we look at how hard is hard for different people. And there's a lot of ways you might want to like spin this question, make it easier. Like, he had time and money to show that he cared, whereas I'd like to spend more time with my kids, and he could have. Or, that doesn't have to do with how much money he has. And that still doesn't change the question of, would you rather have X amount of money or your kid, or X amount of money and certain moments that you would have never gone after? The end. We did sponsor and merch. So once again, Horses, our sponsor, and merch, Atari.